Well, as we go through the next couple of days, we'll be tracking something coming out of the tropics. So we're going to go ahead and start with the tropical satellite now. Of course, you can see those big showers and thunderstorms near the North Carolina-Virginia line, the last couple of frames of this tropical satellite. But as we move it further off to the southeast, this is what we're really going to be focusing on, at least with this particular satellite view. Of course, Humberto is really beginning to take hold and gather a little bit of steam as it pushes off to the north. But this is the system that we're really going to be monitoring over the next several days. This one's sitting right near the coast of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Hispaniola, of course, is what the island is in total is called. It's going to continue to move off to the north as we go through the next couple of days, and we'll show you what the track, at least in terms of the model forecast, is in just a second. But this is where it's currently located, just off to the south of the southeasternmost Bahamian Islands, and as we talked about, just off to the north of the coast of Haiti. Top winds are 30 miles per hour right now. As we look at what's happening over the next several days, though, we notice that for the most part, the models bring it on shore right here near Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and then curve it back to the southwest. So the big question is not if it's going to come on shore. It does appear, at least according to these models, it's where it's going to go once it gets on shore. And we'll show you what the European model thinks about the possibilities for heavy rainfall in our neck of the woods as we go through the next couple of minutes in this weathercast. I-64 mile marker 124 looking pretty good here. Watch out for some patchy fog and places that picked up some showers, which is a whole bunch of us today. Route 460, Route 52, meanwhile, in the Bluefield area. Notice that we're seeing some nice conditions there. Mostly cloudy skies for the most part, keeping our temperatures up just a shade. 64 in Beckley, 72 in Charlotte, 75 in D.C., 61 in Cleveland, 64 in Indianapolis, 71 in Nashville. And those showers and storms that we were tracking for you during the first weather, there they are right there near the Virginia-North Carolina line, pushing off to the northeast. So if you're traveling in this direction out of the state into Virginia itself, this could be a bit of a travel concern for you. Meanwhile, a few showers off to our west and northwest, trying to make their way into the region, but they'll be mostly unsuccessful. Still, though, an isolated shower or two can't be ruled out as we go through the rest of the night tonight. This is our forecast then, Friday at 8:30. In other words, in the middle of our football games. I do believe that for the most part, the showers will be confined to the southern coal fields in the Greenbrier Valley. Then it re-spreads back to the north as we go through our Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and that'll be the case on Sunday as well. But then, there it is. This is the system that we're going to be tracking. This is what the European model thinks is going to happen. Look at all this heavy rain over Virginia, making its way into West Virginia. So this is what we're going to be talking about as we go through the next several days in terms of the possibilities for heavy amounts of rain. So what does the European model think in terms of the rainfall totals over the next week? Well, look at what's happening off to our southeast. Portions of Virginia picking up 6, 7, 8 inches of rain. That, of course, is going to cause some flooding. There's a possibility for some flooding in our neck of the woods, too, with between 2 and 3 inches for us. 7-day forecast. High temperatures are going to be sitting in the lower to middle 70s, pretty much across the board, at least early on. Then they'll drop off a bit. You see that we're watching the tropics on Tuesday and Wednesday, as you can see there on the graphic. Temperatures are going to be dropping off on the low end of the scale. So, in other words, it feels kind of fall-like now. Then comes a tropical system where it still feels kind of fall-like in terms of the temperatures. And then comes even more fall temperatures after it's gone. That's what happens sometimes in October, late September, early October, where we see these tropical systems come through. Superstorm Sandy in 2012 gave some portions of the mountains off to our northeast in Pocahontas County up to 3 feet of snow. That's a hurricane we're talking about. That sometimes happens when you get these late season storms here.
Well, fingers crossed we don't get any snow. Now we have more news, weather, and sports coming your way after break, so don't go anywhere.